I'm Michelle Bianco, along with Dr. Fussell and Barbara Green. This is Cultivating Resilience and Persistence to Increase Retention in Writing Courses from Purdue University Global. This presentation will discuss cultivating resilience and persistence in online writing courses, integrating Tinto's theory into their courses to reduce student departure and promote our mission to support the academic, social, personal, and professional development of learners throughout their engagement with Purdue University Global. Many adult learners returning to college undergo significant transitions from their workplaces, military service, and families. Most of them choose online education because they have family and job responsibilities. Although adult students are independent, motivated, and self-directed learners, they still face challenges in this environment. Learning styles and online education, so important to take that into consideration and oftentimes overlooked. There's visual, oral, reading, writing, and kinesthetic, often known as VARC. Neil Fleming, 2001, postulates that adult learners have different learning styles: visual, oral, reading, writing, and kinesthetic. If teaching materials do not meet students' preferred learning styles in the online environment, this may result in the student's departure from the university. They'll feel frustrated, they won't feel like they're engaging, and they just won't want to keep going with the struggle. Factors influencing student retention. There's pre-entry characteristics. Students' pre-entry characteristics include socioeconomic status, preparedness for college, and motivation. Students may not come from an economic background where they've had a lot of technologies or tools or even an educational valued background. Preparedness for college. Oftentimes students didn't do well in their secondary education, so they're underprepared for college. And then motivation. Maybe sometimes that frustration can hinder their motivation. There's academic and social integration. Integration begins with engagement with curriculum. If it's a topic they're interested in, they'll be engaged, right? That is developed and revised based on course collected data, student input, and to be clear and concise in order to work to be inclusive of the varying learning styles. There's also that external environment. Students must learn to navigate in the virtual building. Mainly, they may feel the online learning is a solitary venture where they must traverse the online environment alone. Online course delivery options. There's traditional courses. These are regular courses with guidance from professors, weekly seminars, and this is all content that would be delivered through a learning management system. There's the Excel track. Students work at their own pace with the guidance of a professor. Maybe this is a student who's had a lot of accomplished work and content that would help them guide themselves through this course quickly at a more advanced rate with feedback from a professor. And then, of course, there's assessment of skills and knowledge, or ASK. Students review the learning materials and show their competency in the course. Maybe they have a background professionally in this content, and with just reviewing the learning materials, they can demonstrate through writing that they have competency. Academic and social integration strategies. There's curriculum revision. So what does that mean? Whether you're talking about the student surveys, those outcomes, remember those outcomes. How did the student perform in this? This is developed and revised based on collected course data and student input to be clear and concise. If we're not continually revising our content to meet the needs of the students based on those surveys and outcomes, then we're not truly meeting the students' needs. Collaborative assignments offered on discussion boards to create collaborative learning communities. We know students learn from each other. We learn by seeing each other, integrating thoughts, and having to discuss things. Effective seminars, where students receive instruction that help them obtain knowledge in assignments instructions. Oftentimes, if a professor can bring an assignment to life by demonstrating how it's going to be completed, students will suddenly have inspiration and a light bulb and feel more connected to the course as well. Enhancing social presence and online learning. As educators and instructional designers, it's crucial to foster a conducive online learning environment where students can build connections and engage actively. I love hearing my students exchange contact information, reach out to each other, want to create a buddy program to get through the course. Here are some effective strategies to enhance those social presence and online learning. So there's maintaining your social presence in the online learning environment. First of all, video instructions. Professors can create a video introduction very easily these days with a cell phone. Standing outside, standing inside, demonstrate who they are, what their environment is, if they have animals, if they have family, if they love to read, if they have a craft, if they have a hobby. Students create a video introduction to establish social presence. This helps bring them to life, to be more than just a black and white name on the screen. Icebreaker discussions. Students share their professional and personal goals to build trust and friendship. When students can reach out to each other with a common career path or common hobby or even a common circumstance in life. Maybe they're a single parent raising more than one kid. Maybe they have foster animals, right? Anytime there's that connection created where they can say hi to each other in the virtual hallway, right? Hi. And then that creates connection and presence in the course. Weekly seminars where students use text, audio, and webcam to participate. More and more often, I'm seeing students in my own lectures use their webcams. It's part of who they are. It may not be who I am in my day when we went to college and didn't have a computer, but these students in this generation have grown up with audio and visual capabilities, so they're much more comfortable in it. Icebreaker discussion threads. Professional and personal goals. Encourage students to share their goals. Fostering openness and understanding within the learning community. Virtual office question and answer. Create a space for students to ask questions and engage in social conversation. Building a supportive online community. Building trust and friendship. Facilitate discussions to help learners establish trust, camaraderie, and positively impacting course retention. They're less likely to give up if they have each other and a common goal and ability to talk to each other about those goals. Weekly seminars and collaborative projects. Engage variety. Empower students to participate using text. Maybe ask them to complete quick question and answer sections where it's a speed drill. Audio. Have them turn on and answer a question. Have them turn on their webcam and share an example. Have them try to create the essay, format the page, and turn on their camera and demonstrate it, and then give each other kudos. Promoting diverse interactions, offer collaborative projects, breakout rooms to enhance collaborative learning communities. Highlight the role of positive engagements in promoting persistence and retention among students. It's so important that we begin these conversations and we let these students know this is a good thing. Create an inclusive and supportive learning environment for open discussions and idea sharing. Cultivating a positive learning environment. There's a sense of belonging. We're all here together. This journey is going to be together. You're not in a rowboat by yourself. You're here in a course with other students. We're all on the same path. Foster an environment where students feel a sense of belonging, freely expressing their thoughts and their ideas. Trust and fairness. Promote trust by creating a safe space for students to engage without fear of criticism or bias. I give kudos. I find different ways to do it. That way students feel like they're finding a different path forward to improve, but without feeling like it's a graded activity. Utilizing effective learning platforms. Optimizing learning tools. Maximize the use of learning platforms to enhance course accessibility and usability. Seamless integration. Ensure seamless integration of various digital tools to create a cohesive and effective learning experience. We know that the more a student has to click upload, download, the more likely they will leave that platform. We want it to pop up, to be there, to be on the same page. Adaptation and innovation. Encourage adaptation and innovation in utilizing learning platforms to ensure and enrich the virtual learning environment. Remember, the more tools we can successfully teach our students to use, the more valuable they will be in the career world. Oftentimes, it's our students who leave us and go on into the career world that say, hey, I know how to create that. I know how to do that. I can utilize that. I can do this, because they started those tools with us in the comfort of an easygoing environment where they weren't going to lose a job if they didn't do it correctly. Instead, they go off and they're a more valued member. Feedback and feed forward on assignments. Feed forward is a strategy that focuses on future assignments, paves the way for improved performance, letting them know here and now that in the next assignment, this will be valued even more. So start by fixing and utilizing this. Journal reflections. Students reflect on their performance and construct a plan for improvement in their future assignments. Journal reflections are really important, that they're safe spaces where students say, you know, we talked about this, but I never really understood it. I could use help going forward with this. My plan to improve this is to do this. That is where we can read these, step in and say, I can help you with that. Watch this video. Meet with me in office hours. Let's go over this again. Even if it's nothing more than your next lecture, you repeat and circle back around and provide more content on something a student pointed out as a weakness. Professor support and early alert system. Professors participate in the early alert system to find out students' intrinsic and extrinsic motivation to attend the university. Why are they here? What is it that they need from us? We have to remember, we may only be, as professors, teaching one course, but oftentimes that one course is a foundational step in this student's journey. And if they don't thrive on that one step, we're not promoting the strength of character and cohesion that they need to stick with it. Supporting student retention. In addition to staff, professors play a crucial role in supporting student retention efforts. They can contribute to the improvement of student retention by actively participating in various engagement activities and implementing effective support systems. Students often come to professors first with their concerns, even though they're told from the beginning that there's a tutoring system, there's advisors. Oftentimes they bring those concerns to the person that they are most engaged with, and that would be a professor. If a professor can actively circle around and provide all of the support the student needs by bringing others into the conversation by emailing or asking to meet with them, that student will feel the strength of that support system. Understanding student motivation. Intrinsic motivation. Some students are driven by intrinsic motives such as passion for learning, affiliation, personal development, and autonomy. Extrinsic motivation. Others may be motivated by external factors such as financial stability, career advancement, future education opportunities. Then there's family expectations. There are also students who solely attend due to familial expectations without personal motivation. Each one of these factors is so important to the personal identity and motives of our students. Oftentimes these overlap. Some students will feel the pressures from more than one of these, and it's important to make these conversations a safe space where we can say, why did we originally go to college? What were the expectations? And in some instances, our students are stepping away from familial expectations to take an entirely different path, which might be education. And then in that case, the student is feeling the pressures not to be there. And so we have to encourage and motivate them for their own sole purposes. Identifying at-risk students. Early warning signs. Unit 1 and seminars provide opportunities to identify students who lack motivation or face challenges in their academic journeys. These will be students who don't know how to use the learning management system, students who openly will let you know they don't have a computer, students who say that they're waiting for someone to help them to figure out where to click and how to click and what to go to. Those are early warning signs because these are students who are already faced with a weakness that is barring them from the content and the comfort to have the confidence that they can perform well. Engagement assessments, regular discussions and interactions with students help in recognizing those who may be at risk. Professor-student interactions, weekly discussions and office hours enable professors to gauge the community commitment levels of individual students. Support mechanisms. The next factor in identifying them is how do you support them? There's virtual office hours. Professors hold office hours on platforms like Google Meet, Zoom, WhatsApp to ensure accessibility for all students. Consider how accessible that is per student. Some students will feel more comfortable jumping back into Zoom. However, some students are more comfortable on their cell phones, and their cell phones is their second tool in their life these days. So finding a way to get them to get on that cell phone where you can demonstrate. Google Meet is very good at that. I use it a lot. Instructor concerns. Professors actively submit and address any concerns or issues observed in students' academic journeys. We have to be careful not to disclose information that would not adhere to FERPA requirements, but it's important that we file instructor concerns so that the student feels the support from multiple entities within the university. So an instructor concern will be received by the student's advisor. That advisor can take a look at that, reach out to the student and see if there's a way to connect them with more facilitators that can help them through the process. Collaborative approach, working alongside staff and leaders. Professors contribute to the retention rate and persistence of all students. We know that that unsuccessful rate is truly fostered by our professors, their ability to make those connections by complimenting, engaging, reaching out to students, offering awards. Oftentimes, learning management systems now have internal reward systems where a student can receive a little reward inside, an award that tells them, great job this week on your discussion, great job on your grammar. So utilize those, keep those students coming to class. Goal setting and mentoring, one-to-one mentorship. Personalized guidance. Professors provide one-on-one mentorship to set clear and achievable academic goals with students. Don't make the goal the entire course. Make the goal the individual